everyone. This is
Yes, kid.
Christina Teague from League of Our Own podcast, and I am here with Jessie Magdaleno, who's going to be on the show or the undercard for the Canelo fight coming up in on May 4th, Cinco de Mayo. So it's going to be really exciting. Another great show brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions, and I'm excited to speak with you today. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So I was looking at your Instagram page, and there was something that you said in regards to you have to be focused in regards to trying to be a winner. And that was the last post that you had said. So for you, what does focus look like to you coming into this fight?
Just being ready, being mentally ready, being physically ready, being just all around ready. Blocking out all the BS and just focusing on my craft, my work, my training, and focusing most importantly on me. Becoming a better fighter each and every fight, and showing myself, what I'm capable of, and getting back to my old ways, who I was, and that hungry young fighter, and that's where my mental state is at again.
So was there like a drop off with your mental state at some point? Because I know you said trying to get back to that. What do you think factored into that? And what did you have to navigate through in order to get back into this space that you're in right now?
I believe the long layoffs. I believe when the whole COVID thing happened. It really took a toll on me. It made me lose the passion for boxing because I had so much time off. I had so much time away from the sport, and it didn't kill my hunger, but it made me just rethink about life and who I am. But then I spent a lot more time with my family. I spent a lot more time with myself, and got back to who I really am, and that's being Jessie Magdaleno, a badass fighter, a badass person, and just looking at my son grow, really made me hungry and bring back all that love and life, back to where I was at before.
Mhm. So you mentioned your family. Are there any people in particular? Because you said you're leveling up and your focus is right where it needs to be for this particular fight on May 4th. Who would you say are the people within your circle, whether it be trainers, friends, family? Who would you say are the people that are helping you stay at this particular level where you're ready to fight for the interim championship?
Oh, I say my son. Most importantly, he's on the number one bracket. Then follow that is my wife, my mom, my dad. They're my biggest supporters. They're always there for me. When I have good days, when I have bad days, they're always there. When just there in general, and them four, my sisters, they really put a huge part on everything. They're always there for me. I'm grateful to have them. I'm grateful to have my all my family members with me, my nephews. I come from a big family, and family's my number one thing. And just having them on my back, and always being a part of everything I choose to do, and they're proud of me no matter what I do. They're the ones I do it for. I do it for them, and I do it also for my coaches, my team, my entire team, because without them, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be in this position. And yeah, I do it for them because they've always showed me, who they really are, and that's why I fight so hard.
That's good. It's good to see that you're back and ready to go. And I'm excited for you to be at this part in your life where you're ready to just be full 100%. Where would you say you're at as far as like percentage wise? How ready are you for this fight? Are you almost there? Do you feel like you are almost where you need to be? Do you feel like you're fully ready at this point? Where are you at right now with your preparation for the fight on May 4th?
I'm 1,000% ready. I'm hungry, and I want to get back to the top. And Brandon right now is the key. He's the key to open that door and get back to where I used to be at, get back to where I deserve to be at, and that is at the top. And I worked hard for it. I've trained my ass off for it, as I do for every fight, for the title fights, for the non-title fights. I don't take no opponent lightly. And with that being said, he's like I said, he's the key to the doorway. And fighting Brandon, once I win from him, I know it's just all access to everybody else, and I'm ready for it.
Brandon did say, that he's the hungriest, and you also say you're the hungriest too. So if you had to give yourself an advantage, whether it be your mental space or whatever, where do you think your advantage lies in setting yourself apart and being able to overcome somebody like a Brandon for this upcoming fight?
My intelligence, and my time in boxing. I've been in the sport, 24 years now. I fought best of the best fighters, as far as amateurs, as far as professionals. I sparred with the best. I've trained with the best, and I've took every little thing that I've learned from each and every state, win or loss. I've always taken something and used it to as my advantage in each and every fight. And I think with my experience and my intelligence, I think that's the key to the victory.
Awesome. And also, speaking of sparring, training, and all that stuff, I saw a photo of you on Instagram. I'm from San Antonio, and there was a photo with you with a Spurs player, Zach Collins. That was like about in 2022. It was at Barry's gym. Can
Mhm.
you give me an insight of how that photo came about? Did you guys spar against each other? Was he just at the gym with you one day? How did that come about? And before I get into that, what was your first impression of Zach Collins when you saw him for the first time?
That he's huge. He's tall. He, it's like two and a half of me, to get to his height. I'm a short person, and just being around him, he was just training there. He trained with the berries. Great guy, great guy, and he was just there for the just to get the physical aspect of it, to learn a little bit about boxing, to get a little stronger, and he was a great guy, and it was cool to meet him.
Awesome. Did you spar against him in particular, or no, it was just like you just saw him and he was just there at the gym trying to get conditioned as far as boxing is concerned? 'Cause I know a lot of the Spurs they do box, so I just was wondering how that went.
Yeah, no, I didn't spar him. That they wouldn't allow that. Uh,
They wouldn't
but
allow that.
it was just conditioning workout. He was hitting the mitts and hitting the bag. I gave him a couple little pointers, but yeah, he was just there for his just daily routine.
Mhm. What pointers did you give him that you give anybody who's conditioning? What kind of pointers would you give somebody like a Zach Collins or like anybody who wants to be a boxer or just go to the gym and box?
Well, first and foremost, to keep his hands up, to not be lazy with his punches, to throw them nice and firm. I taught him showed him how to move his hips and, how to dodge punches and all that. Not like he needs it. The guy's like 7 foot tall, like he's a monster. So it was cool just to show him little techniques like that, and about the footing, where to place his feet at, and how to twist on his punches, just little things like that.
Awesome. And you're speaking about technique. Well, Brandon said one of his techniques is he's going to work the inside game, and you're fully aware of that. How are you going to? What is? I mean, I obviously you're not going to give me your entire game plan, but what would you say is going to assist you with his strong inside game?
Um, you know, uh, Brandon puts a lot of pressure. He's a very pressure fighter. He throws a lot of punches. He wants to set you up on the ropes. He wants to back you up in the corners, and that's where he really lets his hands go. Whereas I'm more of a pushback fighter. I like to go toe to toe. I like to use my defense. Because defense it makes openings for offensive shots. And I think those are the keys to victory. Every time he throws, I'm a fire right back with him, and I'm gonna show him that I'm game and I'm ready to go toe to toe.
Do you think you have an advantage in a sense as a southpaw, or do you think he's adjusted to somebody who would be a southpaw? I mean, I'm sure he's experienced like you all are, but do you feel like that's also an advantage in this fight?
Oh yeah, I think it is. I mean, Mark Messiah was a southpaw too, and he did well against him. But I think I just have a little bit more. I think my style is a little bit more different than some of the fighters that he's fought, and I think just with my experience and my knowledge that I have in this game is going to be the factor of this fight. It's going to show, and it's going to give him a lot to think about.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me. I know that you have a lot to train for. Oh, one last question. As far as your diet is concerned, what is your diet like right now? Are you on point with your diet? Because I've seen like some fighters, they don't stick to their diets. What is your current regimen at the moment?
Oh no, I stick to my diet. I don't have no I haven't had any issues with this weight class. I've been making weight perfectly fine. I feel stronger than ever. And just eating healthy, staying on my water, staying on the strict diet plan that they have me on, with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm still eating 3 times a day, and I'm just doing my thing, and I put all my work in and all my hard work in the gym, and that I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that kind of stuff. I'm pretty much a healthy fighter all around. So I know that that plays a huge factor as well too. So just being disciplined and being very hungry for this fight it gives me the motivation to continue staying disciplined and ready for everything.
Awesome. Well, you seem very disciplined, so thank you so much for taking the time out to speak with me, and I wish you the best of luck on May 4th.
Awesome. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.